Hey guys, welcome to another video. So, a decent amount of people have asked me what it's like to be retired in your 20s, and the only way that I was able to achieve this was through inheritance. And I know it's not a super sexy way, at least from a stereotypical or maybe preconceived notion standpoint, but it is a real way to retire, and it's definitely something that's going to happen to a lot of people in our generation. And I mean, the millennial generation, I mean, the Gen Z generation, the boomers are going to die. And when they die, they're going to transfer a ton of their wealth. And that's how I ended up retiring. So one thing that I think is really interesting about this state, which is retiring really early, in your mid, even late 20s, early 30s, is you don't have that same sense of grounded identity that you might have if you had, say gone through an entire career, or maybe you married someone and you kind of established what your core purpose or drive is in life. That's usually what a lot of people are figuring out when they're in their 20s. And to get a bunch of money at that time and disrupting that process of like identity ideation, it's really disruptive. It's a good thing, I found it ultimately, but it's very, very confusing at the time. And I think that it's not something that I was going to say wish on anyone, but I mean, it's a kind of a good, bad problem, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think the core thing that I want to say is there's no skipping the ideation of yourself and your identity. And just because you're able financially to retire, it doesn't give you kind of a pass on the emotional human difficulties that we all share and that we all go through. There are emotional challenges. There's all sorts of stuff that happened in my 20s and in my 30s. And I think that, it's tough to summarize it all, but it's very specific to the person. And those lessons don't always depend on money. Some of them are money related, but I would say that most of them have nothing to do with it. So yeah, that's it. I just want to put that out there. Food for thought, something to think about. One last thing, of course, is, everything in this video is not financial advice. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot give specific advice to you in your specific situation. Do your own research. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes. All right, cheers.